What is happening out there? JT here in the studio again for another edition of Studio 104 Live, the weekly update here in the Great Pacific Northwest, where it is much cooler than down south where my former digs are in California. You guys have been down there suffering through the 100 and stupid weather, as I used to call it, and it still is. We are just kind of hovering around 85 or 90 around here, man. I can do that all day long. That's just fine. But to my friends down in California, hey, thinking about you, and maybe cheers to that. We'll definitely keep you in mind. But come up for a visit, man. It's much cooler, much nicer up here too. So check us out, Eric. What's going on, man? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, and or of you in a while, I should say. So. And that's JOHN there, buddy, but that's okay, man. You get one slide on that one, JOHN. Anyway, got a great show for you guys today. I got somebody that a lot of you probably know and have seen out and about at a lot of the shows. And she drives a beautiful W900 A model, and it is called Cherry Pie. So we'll be bringing Kate Whiting in here shortly. Can't wait to look at that truck and all the great pictures and photos that she shared with me, and of course, hear her story. And there's some surprises for a lot of you guys coming because y'all thought you knew it all. You didn't know nothing. Okay, so Kate's going to share with us what the real deal is and give the truth. Sort of lay down the law here, as you would. Eric Hill's in the house. Well, that's good to see. Eric, good to see you, buddy. Glad you're in there to be with us. Want to talk a little bit first about 104 magazine, of course. Y'all heard of that, right? Well, check out the new website. Hallelujah, man. It is up and alive and running, and it has a brand new cover truck on it, in case you guys haven't seen. There it is in print as well off to the side there. You can see it, but rather than go crazy on the ink here, let's just go digital right now, and let's bring that baby on over. There it is. So Doug Verkamp and his family, congratulations, guys. I can't wait to have y'all on the show. Doug's an old friend of mine that I met when I started in Folsom back 15, 16, 17, whatever years ago it was, and I needed a place to park my truck. I had just left Oregon and come back to California. Still had one truck left to sell. It was a complete Rogue unit, truck that I bought from down in Stockton from Fuel Delivery Service, and I'll tell you another story on that truck too. But Doug said, "Yeah, come on over. You can park it here in my yard." And at that time, he was in El Dorado Hills, and as it were, he's now in Placerville with his yard and all of his equipment, and out of El Dorado Hills. But they built this beautiful Peterbilt service truck, and I want you all to know that truck's probably out in service right now. It was literally, last show was Reno. First and most importantly, photo shoot was 104 magazine to make the August 2023 cover of 104 magazine. That truck is now filled up with tools, I imagine, and ready to go out and service the fleet of Doug Verkamp. So congratulations to all the guys at Verkamp. You guys deserve it. Beautiful truck. Many photos on the website. And that was not Doug, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, Matt, and maybe Dan will pop in and correct me later if he remembers his Wednesday, and joins us here on the show. So and listen, some super cool effects on this truck. Just the little things like the wrench grabs and everything that they did on this truck is just amazing. But yeah, this truck is going to be their service truck out servicing the fleet. And Doug's got trucks, transfers, 10-wheelers, and a lot of yellow iron out there too, man. He's an engineering contractor. He's probably been involved in half, if not more, of the developments that have gone on in that Highway 50 corridor from Folsom to El Dorado Hills to up in Placerville and much more, I'm sure. So I'm excited because I was contacted and handed the opportunity to pass this along, and it's nice when one turns out as well as this did. And I think great. Brian Chatham, Brian, if I got your name wrong, buddy, hey, shoot me, but I'm pretty sure that's who I'm talking about, who turned me on to this one, and good job. So, congratulations again. The rest of the magazine is all out there in full force. You guys get over, check it all out. All the stories, the way things are showing up on here and listed, you can just kind of scroll through and see the tiles and choose where you want to go, what you want to see. Um, Show reports, of course, they're loaded up in there, and plenty to look at, plenty to read, plenty to see. So 10-4magazine.com. Also, be sure and get your subscription signed up. You want to have that magazine delivered to you all the time. Get it done. Listen, man, at this point, I want to bring our special guest in and share her with you guys. You got to have somebody much prettier than me in this show, and Kate qualifies. So, Kate, how are you doing? Good to have you on the show.
Doing great. Yes, thank you. Glad to
Awesome
be
to
here.
awesome to have you and be our guest on Studio 10-4 Live. Uh, we met some couple of years or so ago in Louisville. I saw your truck and believe me when I say it was a showstopper for me. And I said I need to talk to whoever owns that truck and I say owns or drives because I never know when I'm first meeting
Right.
somebody for the first time. And holy man, yeah, there you were, and a little bit, a little shy then. You hadn't quite made a into the show lane yet, but you were there and you were
I was there.
navigating through it.
Yes, and that is exactly the extent of it. It was quite a journey just to get there.
Well, it can be, and then once you're there, get everything ready to be in the show, right?
Right. Well, we didn't have much time to get ready. We pulled in Tuesday evening, regs down Wednesday morning. So
Yeah.
it was showtime.
And did you have a crew there or just you or how'd that work?
There were three of us total. So it was me, Jerry, and then we had Ivan with. He was a 17-year-old kid that was helping us build the truck. And so there's
Okay.
just the three of us putting the truck, cleaning her up as quick as we could.
And honestly, that's minimal. That's like the least. That's the least you want to have when you're getting a truck ready for a show. I mean, to truth be told, you need six people. A whole crew. You need all your roadies to be there to
Yeah.
help.
No, I don't have roadies. She wasn't
Groupies?
the cleanest,
Got groupies yet?
but I was so grateful to be there. Again, it wasn't everything, that we wanted finished, but we just bit the bullet and got her there. Monday before Louisville, we were putting the seats in yet. We were still putting the mirror brackets on. We were trying to figure out the door cranks. I mean, some of the interior still wasn't in, so it was crazy, even just days before Louisville. So, just hats off to, we just bit the bullet and went for it. Ready or not, here we come.
So, and to kind of, and we'll show some pictures here to kind of illustrate this transformation. Um, and I'll bring this up right now. So that version of cherry pie was definitely not in Louisville, at least not
No,
looking like that, right?
no, no.
Yeah. And also just to be clear and transparent on this thing, let's I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit and here we go. And this is cherry pie kind of 1.0 right here, if you will, right?
Yep,
So
that's cleaning all the moss and buffing the hood, and yep.
getting her presentable, pretty much.
first
And
truck, first truck I ever buffed.
yeah,
Yep,
you got to start somewhere.
gotta start
There it
somewhere.
is. So cherry pie 1.0, and then of course, later on we got to the point where we were seeing the truck that so many of us have fallen in love with and just look for at the shows now, which is the present rendition. And here again, this is going back a little bit. Again, day cab, but out of show and kind of a earlier version, right?
Yep, yep. I was so happy. That would have been her first show. I believe that was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Oh, no kidding. So there's the first show of Cherry Pie 1.0.
1.0. Yep.
Okay. And if you don't like that name, I don't worry. My
You're
feelings won't be
fine.
hurt. And then here this beauty comes along, and now we got 2.0.
2.0.
Now I jumped way ahead because there's a big transformation that took place to get to this point. And also I want to give Kim Jakes credit too. She did a story on you in
Mm-hmm.
our magazine a while back, and I was looking for it. Do you remember when that was?
I've got it on the wall here. January 2016.
Okay, January 2016. Let's see if I can
Yep.
get back to that one. January 2016. Come to me. There we go. Let's bring that on in. Where you at here? Man, that was the year that Jerry Jeffries passed too. Double J fame. So January 2016. You know what? Might not have made it forward here yet, and that's possible. That's one of the stories that's just not made it forward yet. So let's just say at some point you guys will be able to go back and look at the categories. Let me see if I'm going to look in one more place, but in our analog of all the different stories that are in there, go back in the archives and check it out. There it is. So on the road. Yep, there it is. Beautifully done. Did you do that?
No, no, no. It was
Did
a
they?
gift.
Oh, it was. Okay, good
Yeah.
deal. Good deal. All right. Well, that being said, we'll check that out for another time. We've got plenty to look at right now with everything that's available and all the photos that you've sent me. So let's jump ahead again. 2000, see, 2020, was it 22 or was that when we met?
Yep. Our first out with Cherry Pie. We got her pieces back in January of 2022, and we had her in Louisville in March
Okay.
2022. So,
Okay.
yep,
Perfect.
yep. It took us 3 months
Perfect.
to put her back together, and we were there.
Good deal. All right. So let me see if this worked out or not. So March, April, May. Let's see if May we've got. Yep. There we go. Worth the wait. Yeah. Okay. I've looked in the magazine on the website here, and I'm gonna see if we popped a photo in there, and I would imagine, man, that was a great year, by the way. I was blown away by an amazing amount of trucks that showed up.
A
Of
lot
course,
of
it
time.
was after COVID,
Right.
so everybody had been kind of going crazy to be at a truck show again. Um, you know what? You didn't make the cut on here, but that's okay. Near and dear to our hearts there, Kate, so don't worry about it. We'll talk to Dan about slipping one of these photos in there to get you in the mix. I can't believe we're not in there seeing you, but anyway, a lot of great trucks that year.
Yes.
Uh, there's a great pic on the website, Dan says, at the Kenworth show. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, share which month, and I'll go to that. Um, I meet you there. We do a walk around, get a little interview going, talk about your truck and talk about you. But let's get it from the source and give everybody a little bit. So, where did Kate get involved in trucks? And you're a cowgirl, right? I mean,
Yes.
you are. You're the real deal. You
Yep.
got you got cows and horses and you
Yep.
farm and ranch and do all that, right?
All of that. Yep, yep. So I'm already quite busy with the horses and cattle, but I had been working as a health coach. I had a local trucking outfit ask me to come and help their guys with their med cards, and so I come in and help them with blood pressure, blood sugar, those kind of things, and I just really noticed a missing niche, realizing there's a lot of people out here that could really use some support with this. And so I thought, what's the best way to get out there? And I heard about the Eau Claire Truck Show. And so I got a booth at the Eau Claire Truck Show, and, blown away.
Yeah.
blown away at what I seen. I believe, there's 80 trucks there, I'm not sure, but it was just incredible. These beautiful trucks, the passion everyone had for these trucks, and it was just something I'd never witnessed before. And I've been involved in showing cattle, showing horses, all that kind of stuff, but this was just such a different dynamic between man and machine. And it was just incredible. And so, sitting at the little lunch table for us that had a booth there, I didn't know anybody. And so I carrying my food over, and there was someone sitting there that had a kiddo with them. And so I sat down next to them, figured, this can't be so bad. I'll talk to the kid at least. And
That's safe, right?
right. And it just hit it off with his uncle. His uncle is Jerry Lenander, and Jerry had a beautiful green and black Kenworth at the show, and just really started kind of filling me in a little bit of the dynamics and kind of what happens at these shows. And he just said, if you really like this show, he says, I think you should come to Casson and go to Big Iron. He says, hundreds and hundreds of trucks. You're going to love it. And it was just a great way to get the word out of what I was doing with the coaching. But I just love these show trucks. I just couldn't believe it. It was incredible.
And what year was that?
That would have been August of 2014.
14. Okay. All right.
And so, just a couple weeks later, usually right after Labor Day is Casson. So I went to the Casson show, and again, blown away. Never seen so much, so many of the trucks. And again, they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. Well, Jerry, then I met up with him there again, and he said, well, you want to drive one? And I'm like, I'm a farm girl. You better not be throwing that out there. So I drove his W900L Leroy in the parade at Casson. And that was my first time behind the wheel.
So, first time behind the wheel, I'm guessing that you may not or may have no, denying or otherwise that you had. Yeah, I didn't think so. You went old school on me there. That's great. I love that.
Yep. And there's a picture. That's actually me driving.
Okay. All right.
I got fun pictures of that too.
All right. All right. Well, it sounds like a couple of shows in and you're hooked.
I'm hooked. And so, of course, we're good old northern Wisconsin here. So we got a heck of a winter. Just growing my coaching business, and then come here on South Dakota the next year. So that's the beginning of June. I joined up with Jerry and just kind of utilized that as a way of, getting to these shows, talking to more people. And in the meantime, he started out with letting me, maybe clean the rims, maybe pick rocks out of the tires, maybe look on the bumper. He was really cautious on what he let me touch when it came to cleaning. But by the end of the season, I've gotten more and more into, learning how to clean these trucks and how to treat them. And
Yep.
I loved it. In the meantime, I had then spotted Cherry Pie that year. And so I'm at all these shows seeing these amazing trucks, and I kept seeing Clyde Green's beautiful A at a lot of these shows. And I was like, man, I really like that truck. That is just incredible. And I was just driving on the county line road here in my town, and there was Cherry Pie. And that picture you showed of her is exactly where she was sitting when I found her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that? I just happened to pick that. So that was the first one, huh?
That is the first picture of that truck right there.
Let me go back to that. So that one right there?
That's it. That is exactly where she was sitting in his driveway yard when I seen her.
Well, you had vision. I mean, where she was and where she's at are two different spots. That's for sure.
Right. Well, and again, I'm still new to this game. At this point, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's one of those trucks like Clyde's.
Yeah.
But at this point, I still don't know the extent of what an amazing truck she is. I didn't understand the full extent of the 3408 in there, or the twin sticks, or the new way suspension, or the fact that she's original wheelbase. I mean, I just didn't have all that. I just was like, oh, there's one of those trucks.
I mean, there it is. Fifth
Yeah,
wheel headache rack. Bolt on turn signal brackets and a drop plate. And hey, baby, let's go show trucking, right?
yep. And I was just so excited. Um, However, I wasn't able to get it bought right off the bat. It did take a year to get the truck bought. The old boy was a little difficult to deal with at first, but eventually was able to get her bought.
You know what? I mean, maybe was he attached to the truck?
Yeah, it is. It was his first truck he ever purchased brand new.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay, well, there you go.
He's owned it his whole life, and that's
Oh,
why she was still up in the front yard.
yeah, that enough said. That tells the story right there.
Yeah.
Well, then you're special. See, because he didn't let it just go to anybody. I mean, that's
Yeah.
something I would love to find the first truck I bought brand new. And I mean, I'd probably be scared by the condition it's in at this point, but I would love to find that truck. So yeah, that's a great story. This truck has a lot of great history and
In
stories
fact,
about it.
it was originally supposed to have a Cummins motor in it when he ordered it. However, Cummins was on strike at the time, and so they told him if he wanted his truck, he had to take it with a cat.
Oh darn.
But right.
Oh darn. Yeah, no,
So in the meantime, while I'm trying to get this truck bought, I had gotten my CDL then. So my first truck show was 2014, August 2014, July 2015. I had my CDL, Class A.
you know, and here's the class. I mean, that you said that he was a good old boy, kind of hard to deal with. Those are the kind of guys that order lubrifyers on their trucks. The rest of us didn't want nothing to do with it. Sorry, but that's just how I feel about it. And y'all watching don't know what that is. It's this funny looking thing hanging over here on the side. So, yeah. And then there was trucks that had double lubrifyers on them.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like what the hell? Anyway, yeah. Enough of that. But here's let's go over here. I want to show you. Here's a great picture, and this is the one that Dan was pointing to, and that is from the Kenworth show that you were at. I talked to Tom Arnold today. He said to send his regards and say hi to everybody out there and thank everybody that helped make the show such a success. Not only first year, but this year, so the second show. And I mean, just how long overdue was it for Kenworth to put this kind of a thing together and be badass like Peterbilt under the PACCAR umbrella to do something for its owners. I mean, I thought, wow, that's great. And then to celebrate the 100th year anniversary this year of the Kenworth truck, what a great deal. So good time. You had a lot of fun.
Oh, it was incredible. I had the honor of going back a second time. We were at the first year, and then we went for the second year. What an honor! And it was incredible to be part of that history on both accounts, from the first one to the 100 year. And wow, amazing people, great company. They treated us so well. It was just incredible to see all the people and their trucks and the pride they have in them, and the pride of the workers at the plant. It was amazing experience. And then the town comes out for that parade, just packed, and it was just beautiful to have that night parade.
I have heard your story that you just shared from so many people. Everybody I've talked about has, beamed with pride and appreciation for being at that show and
Oh,
how the show went off, how the town got together, rallied behind it, made it just a huge, huge success and a part of the community. And that's what's exciting to me is that the community's embraced it and really made it their own. So
they truly did. They truly did. They rolled out the red carpet for us all the way around, and it's just such a again, it's just a huge part of history, and to be a part of that, amazing.
So this next picture I'm going to bring up, I want to know. This was from 2017, and I'm wondering, was this your first trophy?
Oh, no, it's not the first trophy. That would be in Butterfield, Minnesota. They do
Okay.
polls now. I actually pulled that truck at Butterfield, Minnesota, like
Okay.
competition pulls.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I thought I saw a picture of you pulling.
yeah, I did submit a video to you of it, of us pulling that truck. So,
All right. Well, let me poke around in here. So I had to share this photo because we got quite the different version of cherry pie, obviously, and Kate in shorts, which you just don't see in Louisville. Okay,
no.
I'm the only one wearing shorts in Louisville, by the way.
Yes, you were.
And that's just because that's how I roll. It's like shorts are just how it is. So let's see if I can find that video is probably, and I know I saw it a minute ago.
Yeah, I pulled the truck 3 times before we restored her. I pulled her in Casson. That was the very first time was in Casson.
Okay.
And then second time I believe was in Butterfield, and last time was in Lansing. Yeah, I believe it was in Lansing. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Warmed the clutch up a little bit.
Well, I'm not seeing. I'm not. I swear I know I saw a picture of your hooked. Oh, wait a minute. So here's the photo, right? So
There's one
that's
of them. Yep, that's Casson. Mm-hmm.
okay. So we're close. Let me bring it. Let me see if I can get in here and find that video then, and uh, and share the video. I didn't know there was any video in here, so that's cool. There's a video. I want to see it. Shoot, Kate, I'm just not seeing it. Well, listen, that's all right. More fun. Jamie, what's going on? Let's just take a minute and say howdy to everybody. Kelly, good to have you on the show, and thanks for joining us today. Myself and of course Kate Whiting in here. Studio Live is 10-4 Live is back again, and glad to be here. Dan, of course, in the background watching and participating. Dan is at Cocktail Hour. I hope so. Alyssa, good to have you on the show, and thanks by the way to everybody who private messages me and offers to share their photographs and such, and I will do that. I'll get around to publishing that stuff and sharing it out there with everybody. We're going to have some cool stuff coming up. I want to make sure everybody knows we'll be live streaming from Brooks, Oregon this month at the Brooks Show. I hope to have something new in my array of tools that not that we haven't used or done before, but I'm hoping I have my own, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know yet, but we'll see. And just so I'm not vague booking. I'm talking about. I'm looking at one of the latest drones that's out there because there's been such cool photographs taken in the air of the Brooks show at night. I don't want to go up there and not see that and share that again. So we'll see what happens with that. But let's talk about, their truckers never lie, right?
No.
They don't have stories, they don't exaggerate or embellish or not. It's just all about the facts, right? Truckers just tell the facts, right? Yeah, okay. No, we know not. We know better. So let's talk about whose truck is cherry pie.
Yeah, cherry pie is 100% my truck, start to finish.
Bam.
Yeah, I found her, I bought her, got her home, I cleaned her up, got her buffed out the first time, showed her a handful of times just the way she was as a day cab, had a whole bunch of fun with her at polls, and then Jerry helped push me off the cliff on getting her restored.
Okay. So I wish I had like instant replay so I could just kind of, bump that back and forth a
Yeah,
little bit. But there it is. So the story is it's Kate Whiting's truck, period, end of story. And
yeah,
and has been, is, and
yeah,
whatever happens down the road, who knows? Maybe you're gonna, let her go, like as is kind of becoming the thing now with a lot of
yeah,
these guys that are building these super show trucks that whether they're working class or otherwise, are letting them go and moving on, which honestly to me makes sense. Okay, if you're going to compete all the time, you can't keep showing the same truck. In my book, no.
nope,
for nostalgia's reasons and purposes, sure, you can do that, bring it to the show and share it. But
Right.
look, the expectation of doing something with it has changed a little bit. The dynamics are different.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Because like for her ATHS shows, that kind of stuff would be kind of the next element.
yep, missed you in Reno.
Oh, but look, it was right with Chillicothe. I couldn't do it.
I know, I know. Yeah, yeah, and Reno, by the way, Reno was a great show again this year.
Love
We just need to get the digital signal worked out over there, because the first time we did that show, well, the first time they had it there, back in 19, I guess it was, we were able to live stream from there. But this year, it's like they blocked out the signal, and let me tell you, it was a hilarious undertaking over there with all the golf carts. I wonder if next time they're going to let us have golf carts, because the golf carts took the place over. But
Yo,
a lot of
yeah,
fun, and thanks to everybody that made it possible for
yeah. I
10
went. I
4.
went
And
out in 19 also. It was an amazing show. Beautiful
uh,
trucks.
yeah, that was a good show. So next time around, we hope there's not the conflict between Kenworth and the
Exactly.
101st anniversary, but who knows? So
Right.
So, on that note, I mean, what's it look like for Cherry Pie with you right now? She gonna stay around a while, or what are you doing?
Well, there's no plans in getting rid of her by no means. Again, if something comes along that is the right fit, I'm willing to listen, but there is no plans of
Yeah.
letting her go.
Okay.
So,
All right. Then we'll see you and her together at a show soon. So brings up my next question. What's next? What's coming next?
yep, our next show would be Waupun, Wisconsin.
Okay.
That's coming up here in a couple weeks, and so we'd be going. I don't know, I think it's like next weekend, isn't it? Who
Yeah.
it comes quick.
Yeah. This year is going by fast. I mean, can you believe it? It's August already. I mean, just holy crap.
No,
Anyway. All right.
and
So Waupun. All right.
And then we're going to be off for a 2-week excursion hitting Nacogdoches and then Joplin. So
Yay.
roll from one into the other and stay south and
So Nacogdoches, that's Old Town Rigdown, right?
yep, Troy Massey. Yep.
Right on. Troy, Troy, I hope you watch. Won't tell anybody you're watching our show, but if you're watching, hey, thanks, buddy. And good luck on the show. I know it's probably sold out and going to be a big success.
Yeah, really excited for that one. Of course, Joplin. How do that's just incredible. And then we're gonna finish out the year with Vegas. So really stoked about taking
So,
her to Vegas.
so let's talk about this Vegas show. I talked to our last month's cover
Yep.
trucker about that. Cody Davis, and invitation only,
Yep.
and Cherry Pie got invited.
Yes, she did. Cody mentioned it to us at Louisville. He just said, "Hey, this show's coming up. I think you guys, really should put in for it, and it'd be great to have you guys out there." So right after Louisville, I requested, the invitation, and it took a while, but we ended up getting it, and really excited,
Well,
to go.
congratulations, and I swear, I hope at some point in the near future we get a regular yearly show in Las Vegas again.
Right.
It just deserves to have a show again, and we had some great shows back in the day, back when I was showing and wearing my body out, polishing and being a show trucker.
Yeah.
I don't know how many do, but I know I did. To a show like that, I brought in a transfer loaded with recycled glass into the show, parked inside the Las Vegas convention center in there, and showed that truck, and literally left there to go unload.
Wow. Yeah.
What are you going to do, right? I
What are you
mean,
gonna
you
do?
got to pay. You got to
Yep.
pay to play. So there it is, man. And I would do it again if I had the opportunity. But I hope that we get something out there at some point, because Vegas is just the ultimate party spot. And I mean, let's face it, yeah, why not? So
Yep.
uh, we will see you. Well, Eric Hill just mentioned he'll see you in Waupun.
Oh, wonderful. Great to see you, Eric.
Eric will be there in Waupun. The rest of Team 10-4, including Eric, will all be in Joplin for
Wonderful.
GBATs, guilty by association, right? Right, guilty by association. So we'll all be there for that, and looking for. Can't wait. Oh yeah, right there it is. So um, that show is a very special one too. It's only once every other year now, and what a great job that the guys over there at Four State Trucks puts on getting it together. Chrome Shop Mafia, boss man Brian Martin. What a great job! I mean, it's one that's just way over the hill, way over the bar, way above the bar.
I have not attended that show yet, even
Ah,
as just to attend. So this will be first for me. I'm really excited.
well, the other cool thing, if you're showing your truck, it's basically bring it, park it, show it, and
Right.
and none of the stuff. You know what I mean? Not that there's ever any drama at a truck show, but anyway.
No, no.
So let's talk about what you got going on behind you. I love stuff, as you can tell, with
Oh,
all my
yeah.
fun stuff. So, what do you got going on back there?
Well, just first of all, of course, I've got the Kenworth Truck Parade banners. We've got the one from last year, and then I just got this one in yesterday from this year. So pretty excited to have the banners. They were hung up around Chillicothe in town, just promoting the show. So it was really great to have the
Very
banners
nice.
here. Of course, got the Kenworth plaque that we received when we were
Hey,
there. Yes, see, love it, love it.
that was very special and a very awesome gift. That was sent to me, and I want to make sure I get Don Preston.
Oh yes, yep, Don, and he was at the Kenworth show with us both years here too.
Yep, Don, thanks again, brother. I mean that is a very special, and most of people don't know, but that thing's handmade and it's very heavy, very very cool, very trick. Ingrid, how are you doing, darling? Good to have you on the show, and Ingrid's saying hi to you, Kate. There you go.
Hi, hi Ingrid. I love
Right
her.
on. So, okay, tell us the rest of what's back there. What
Yeah.
else you got going on?
So and then we have Cherry Pie was inducted into the House Hall of Fame, and so we've got that.
Wow.
Yep, yep, that was
So
pretty
do you get
special.
like free lubricant for life or something with that, or how?
I hope so. I hope so.
Fuel additive, something.
And although our Louisville trophies are at the shop with the truck, I do have what happens to be one of my personal favorite trophies that came out of Rantoul last year. And this was awarded by Dickerson Custom Trucks.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, for best paint. And they had me in tears. I just was blown away that they picked Cherry Pie for that trophy. They're just, they're incredible people. They know what they're looking at, and they love the truck, and to be awarded that was incredible.
Well,
Incredible to say
Dustin,
the least. So that
Dustin
one
and
sits right here on my stove.
Dustin and Molly are wonderful people and
Yeah,
big time friends of 10-4 and Studio 10-4 Live. So love having them as a part of our extended family, and being there, and doing such a great job there too
yeah,
as well.
great
So
people. Yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so that one was just so wow. Yeah, like I say, words just don't even. Yeah, surprised that again, people of that caliber picked Cherry Pie was pretty incredible.
I'm with you on this. I've always said, and the point was finally, I think, finally taken and put into play. We should have people judging trucks that know how to build trucks.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
and
I exactly. There's so much that goes into these trucks that unless you're a part of that whole picture, you really don't know the full scope of what it took to accomplish so many of the steps that you see.
yep,
Someone doesn't know is that a one-off? Was
right,
that just gotten? Was that
right,
created?
right.
What did it take to put that together? And then unless you're there, you don't know. And so I 100% agree.
I know from my own experience when at a show more than once, they had these guys who came in and judged the trucks. They don't know what they're looking at. And all the things that you just mentioned were exactly the things that I had said, hey, look, this guy doesn't know he's looking at something. And back then, there wasn't a lot to pick from that you can go to the store and buy. So
Right.
we were making a lot of our own stuff. But now, you look at stuff and still guys are making their own. There's a lot of stuff being purchased. Let's face it, you got some big time builders out there that are making, mass quantities of components and things. But that being said, nothing wrong with that. But boy, there's some one-off stuff out there. When you look at certain trucks, you go, yeah, that's not on anybody else's, and it
Yeah.
never will be.
Yeah. And and again, we're kind of in a unique place with Cherry Pie because a lot of these shows, except Louisville, really don't have a category for her.
Yeah,
And so it really does take a trained eye to be able to say, okay, this is a 50-year-old truck. This isn't a new truck, a 5-year-old truck, 10-year-old truck that they just accomplished this with. This is a 50-year-old truck.
right.
And to have that an educated eye and decipher that while they're judging it, because we typically end up in the limited miles class, and what that entails.
I do. That's limited miles, man. We're talking white glove everywhere on everything,
Exactly.
and
And the one thing we never did do at Cherry Pie is we never pulled the motor on that truck. That's that 3408. We just thought it was not safe to dig in there and pull it out, and everything that was done was, we left that motor in there, and so that
wow,
sets us apart a little bit different too when it comes to white glove treatment.
yeah.
And like all of us older girls, you leak a little.
What? What did you just say? Awesome, Kate. Yeah, I know. I've heard that. I've heard that. I don't know where, but I've heard that. Yeah, especially when a lot of laughing ensues.
Exactly.
So we're all looking forward to seeing more of you coming up. Eric's going to get to hang with you in Waupun. We'll all get to catch up in Joplin. I'm super happy we were able to get you on the show today, and also, get the truth out there and the facts out there, because I can't tell you, and I don't think I said this on the show live yet, but I can't tell you how many people, when I talk about your truck, say, "Oh, that's not her truck," and I'm like, "No, I don't know that." I mean, seriously, that's my response. I don't know until I ask, and now and I have no shame. I will ask anybody anything. Listen, you know what? Why? Because I'm hearing all these people talk about stuff. I mean, come on, you
Yeah.
know, um, it's
And
just
I truck in northern Wisconsin. I truck all winter long. I'm underneath my truck with frozen brakes and changing lights and 30 below. And I don't have a shop where I live up here. Jerry's shop is 2.5 hours from me. And so I'm up here on my farm trucking on my own. And I've learned. I had a front tire blowout going down the highway before already. So I've been initiated pretty well in this trucking gig.
you know what? Steer tire. If you've had a steer tire blow, that's one under your belt.
I kept
You
her
know
out of the weeds. I kept her up, kept her on the road.
that's all that matters. What's your everyday driver?
My everyday driver, I think you got a couple of pictures of that. It's a 900 L day cab, single axle.
Oh, well, okay. So we call that a two axle out here, because you got steer and you got driver.
Oh,
So we call that a two axle. But there's plenty of people that do like you just did and call it a single axle.
yep.
There's a couple more pictures in here, and I'm gonna get to that I want to share. Um, Let me find it. In fact, you know what? Let's just go over here, because this is, there we go. Love this shot right here. And I can see in the corner who shot it. So Chad, nice job, buddy. Wait a minute. Let's get over here. I got to change the setting on this. Give me 1 second so I can pick up the proper window here. Come in here, baby. There we go. There we go. Chad Violet, thank you, buddy, for making that available. I'm sure that's okay. Lovely night shot there. Where was this shot at? Do you know?
That was just done at Walcott just a couple weeks ago.
Oh shoot! Latest
Yep,
shot. There it is.
yep.
So Cherry Pie is, as they call it, a trailer queen. Is that what we're saying here at this point?
Yes, yes. Currently, we do haul her on the step deck, 2 shows. Absolutely. Yep, yep.
Not a bad way to go.
Yeah, she's geared really low. She's had a few transformations that the old boy had done. So they've got her rear end really low. She tops out about 60 miles an hour. So
Oh
she's
shoot!
power, not speed.
It's like what, 430s or something in that thing? What's in it?
I would say, yeah, 426, no, 464s, I think.
464s. Holy shit! You can get out and walk beside that thing probably.
See, that's why pulling was pretty easy with those twin sticks.
Yeah. Well, let's see. And I know I saved a couple of other ones. Here's some shots though that this one. Bring it back over here. My share feature is giving me some fits here, so let's just open them up like that, and we'll go in here. Is it going to give me it? Nope, it's not. Okay, never mind. There's been some changes on my little studio here, so it's
show
not.
some of the ones with us putting her together with the tractor and stuff. That'd be kind of
Yeah,
fun. Because
that's what I'm.
this was not put together by professionals. She was painted by professionals and an exceptional paint job by Sands up in Royalton, Minnesota. But that's how we got her back right there. And that was in January of 2022. And then we had her at Louisville in 3 months. And it was put together with the the lawn tractor in the workshop. And so we had other trucks coming in that are working and trying to, and then this is friends and family giving us their nights and weekends.
Moving blankets, aren't they great?
Yeah. Well, we haul furniture. So yeah, there's a lot of good supply of them.
That's right. By the way, let's talk about that for a minute. Why don't you fill in the gaps on that while I find the everyday driver that you got going on. What are you doing these days for work? What are you out there hauling?
I haul furniture, new furniture from the manufacturer to the store. So I have approximately 12 stores that I service on a weekly basis, picking up their product at either like a big box store all the way to Amish. And so that's where the blankets come in, is we do blanket wrap loads. And yeah, it's pretty incredible. The Amish, we typically help load that, but we have to unload all these trucks pretty much by hand.
And
that's getting my CDL. that's
there it is, hands-on driving school. I love it, man.
There it is.
Hey, so here's the deal. If you're a real trucker, you drove your truck to the DMV to get your test done, even though you didn't have a license. That was my story, at least maybe. Yeah,
I didn't even own Cherry Pie yet.
Crazy stuff we used to be able to do.
Right?
I am having no luck finding that, and I've looked at all the Dropbox stuff you sent me, and I just don't have it. I think maybe that one didn't make.
Was in one of the other emails I sent you.
That's the deal. Okay, all right. Well, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a few photos from what you sent me and put them together and send them out there to share with everybody. And that way we can have a little more to look at too of before and after, and certainly the everyday driver that's out there. So I love the fact, and this is something that's just, it wasn't by design. It just sort of happened that way. There's been some other ladies that we've had on the show, whether a truck show or here in the studio. And I love getting the truth out, the story, because boy, does everybody just have some crazy ideas.
And that is the challenge, being a female out here is, I don't come from a trucking family at all. I have no trucking in my background. And I just something I fell in love with, jumped into it, took the challenge, and ended up really enjoying the whole picture of it. except the 30 below and fixing lights and
So here I think is the real Kate Whiting. Right here she is. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
that's you, right? Is your
That is
now
me.
is that your son?
Nope, nope, that's actually Jerry's nephew.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep, yep. Wanted to come
So
and show cow.
all right, and then who do we have here?
Yep, that's a horse Wiley. Yep, a new youngster.
Good looking horse. I like him. I like him. And then of course cows, man. We got to have cows, right?
Yep, I got a combination of an Angus herd and a mini herd. So that's the minis right there. And I do them for the kids. My boys
Okay.
are all grown. They're 24 and 22 now, and they're grown up. And I just like taking these minis out and working with kids. And we do a big show in October with these kiddos and these minis. So I raise minis just for kids, and then I have my big cow herd out.
And I love that you sent me a picture of you getting kisses.
Oh, yeah, that's me right there.
That tongue's a little rough though, isn't it?
It is. Love
Take
my
the
cows.
take the skin right off you. Well, Kate, it's been fun talking to you and getting to know you more and be able to share your story with everybody. That is absolutely what 10-4 has always been about. 10-4 magazine and now Studio 10-4 Live, and I can't wait to see you again out there in the real world at the show and get to hang out with you and take a look at that truck and see how she's looking too.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Let's catch up again, and we'll see you down the line and have you on the show again at some point too. Okay.
that'd be wonderful.
All right.
Anytime.
Take care now.
Take care. Bye.
Love that girl. She is. She's just the real deal, and nice to have her on the show. And I like I said, some of y'all might have some thoughts, preconceived notions of not really her truck. No, it's her truck. She actually drives it. She drives a truck every day, and that's what she does. And her and many other ladies out there are doing it. You know, it's the real deal. I mean, you look at Big Rig Barbie. I mean, I want to say right now, I broke that story from Florida. What 2, 3, whatever years ago it was. She drives every day. Her and her husband own trucks. That's what they do. So yeah, they can look good and they can drive. So you guys need to figure that out and be respectful and just let them be a part of whatever's going on out there in the trucking world because they're a big part of it. So thanks to all the ladies out there, and I know 10-4, we're a big sponsor, big supporter of women in trucking, and always have been. Eric was real strong on that, and I think that we're still carrying that torch. So anyway, hey, looking ahead, as we talked about in the show, we're going to be at some shows. We got some stuff coming up. Look for whoever's going to be out there. Salt Lake's coming up, and that one, if I'm not mistaken, that is this weekend. Is that correct? I'm just going to go to the handy dandy 10-4 magazine calendar, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. God, I got to pedal all the way through July and into August, and here it is. So coming up, we got the Great Salt Lake Show. Dan and Shan are going to be at that. Midwest Classic, Semi-Casual, always a great show. Franklin Grove, another good one. Pride in Your Ride. Waupun, as Kate said, she'll be there. Eric will be there at that one. Laid Back, Brooks, we will be at. That means myself, Dan, Shan. We may have some other special guests there at that show as well. And to finish out and kind of round out the year, there's a bunch more coming on. And one that Kate mentioned too, that it's not on here, and that's only because they didn't send it in. And that's the Old Town Rig Down in Nacogdoches, Texas. I want to make sure that they get a little bit of love from 10-4. No Coast, of course, the folks over at I'm drawing a blank here. Anyway, it'll come to me. But No Coast, and on any of these shows, Be sure and check the links, the numbers, anyways, just to make sure you get the latest updated on here. In fact, I'm going to go to the No Coast site right now. And there you go. There it is. Lifetime nut covers. Geez. Uh, Long day today. And I got stuck with an IV before the show, which I wasn't expecting. Um, and just a little update on JT. Went to the cardiac center, had an EKG, not electro, but echocardiogram with the whole dye thing and all that stuff done today. Everything looks good. We're back in rhythm. But yeah, to do that, they got to stick a freaking needle in your arm, man. And I'm like, how do people do that? I just can't even. I can't relate. I hate needles. I would have made a terrible junkie. So yeah, no, thank you. The other shows that are coming up too, want to make sure we give a little love out there for the rest of them. Busted Knuckle, NHRDA. Um, that is the World Finals in Texas. They were just up in Big Sky Country last weekend, and GBATs, of course, that we're all talking about. September 21st, 2nd, and 3rd, going to be in Joplin. And like Jamie mentioned, Jamie Williams, of course, JNL, that's his home show. And we've done some fun stuff over the years at that location. And it's just a great show to be at. So's Memorial, September 29th and 30th and October 1st. So that'll be down in Turlock, California this year. So congratulations to Souza, kind of taking over the spot that Trucking for Kids, more or less. You know, we kind of moved our thing into the spring, and they moved theirs later. And I think a great deal. I think that's going to work out good for everybody. California Trucking Show, Dragon Pulling in the Pines, and Bobtail Apparel happening in Dixon, California again, and really looking forward to that show. Just a great one put on there by Bobtail Apparel and the town of Dixon, California, which really rolled out the red carpet for everybody last year. And we had a great time down at Bud's Pub. Looking forward to that again, too. So, listen, it's been fun sharing an hour with y'all. Appreciate you tuning in. Those of you on the playback, definitely rewind everything. Don't miss anything. Had a great time talking to Kate and finding out about who really owns Cherry Pie and started that whole truck's life as we know it today. And what's even cooler is that truck has a backstory that nobody knew about because, well, maybe nobody asked, and now we know. So it had life before Kate, and now it's going to continue to have a new and even improved existence moving on through the years. And who knows where it'll end up? A lot of these trucks, man, they move on, and other people take them and do new and crazy things with them. So we'll see you all next week here. We'll be back again. I will let you guys know as soon as I find out who we're going to have on the show next week, but we'll make it interesting and always a good time. Kelly, sorry I missed you. James' show. I knew you were there in the truck, but I didn't want to bother you. I heard you were taking a nap. So I want to make sure that next time we catch up. Kelly Cohn, of course, cover trucker as well. So y'all take care. Keep the shiny side up. Stay safe out there, and we will look for you on the other side. See you next time.